Hey gang, it's Tuesday, May 9th, 2017, and I finally got the Brooklyn Pony into the garage. As you can see, I've cleaned out some stuff, and in fact the Buick is outside, and Speed Buggy is at my neighbor's house for now, so that's helpful. Um, as I said before in the first video, there's not much that's going to be usable in this car, and I'm going to have to try to salvage whatever I can to make this work out. Now, I'm still hoping I can save this right front fender, stuff like the quarter panel extensions, and then I'll have to save some of the interior structure, particularly around where the assembly is for the convertible top. I need to try to save that. I've got to try to save this gutter assembly that goes all the way around. It's solid, and I think I can save that as well. And of course I'll have to work with the A-pillars and the windshield frame and whatever I can save out of that assembly as well. As you can see, I pulled the engine out and all the stuff that was inside the car, and it looks just as bad now as it did before, only now you can see more of it. So I do have a bunch of boxes from from Mustang's Unlimited, but all these are everything from fenders to doors, hood, there's a cowl, rocker panels, variety of pieces and parts. And then of course, I don't know if I showed this before, behind my truck I've got the full floor pan from Dynacorn sitting on the trailer. So at this point what I'm going to do is disassembly. I need to try to get as much of this apart as I can so I can see what I have to work with, and if I have to get out the plasma cutter and start cutting, that's what I'm going to do. But there won't be much left of this car as you see it. I'm also doing a time-lapse video. I have my GoPro set up and I'm trying to do a video sequence on that to see how that works. I know I did something before with the other Mustang, the blue Mustang. I did another kind of time-lapse. So I'm just experimenting and see how that goes as well. So I'm going to start taking this apart, and first thing I'm going to do, of course, is remove the front fenders, get the doors off, and start piecing things off as I go. And obviously there will be a series of bolts. Got half-inch head bolts here, and I don't know how many of these will actually come out. I'm hoping they all do. There's a couple inside here you get from the back side. There's one down here at the bottom. Goes up. Of course I'll have to get this trim off carefully, try to salvage it, and there'll be a bolt here going forward inside of the door. So let me get started and see what I can get accomplished. Well, that's not good. That's down to a 3/8 head bolt that or socket that I'm using. So I got to try to come up with something else. Don't forget that one that's inside. Comes out through the A-pillar area. Well, let's start. When I say unusable, that's what I mean. It looks like there's been some sort of repair work done on this rocker. For some reason there's a hole burned through there. And then there's a bunch of, it's like welds that don't look quite right to me. You know, up here, these, I don't know, those don't look like they were factory welds to me. It's interesting, I guess this is the original color. It's silver blue, and obviously it was painted red at some point. And it had been apart far enough that they got color all the way, you know, in these areas. So it's definitely been taken apart at some point in the past. You can see here they didn't do a great job. Painted right over the door jamb and everything, the striker. Yep, that's bad. It's all bad. So I'll move on with the other fender off, another door, and keep going. Alright, the driver's side came apart easier than the passenger side, but as you can see, this door is nowhere near usable either. I'm not surprised. The hinges are surprisingly solid on both doors, so that's great. I can salvage those. A couple things I was looking at as I was taking this apart. You can see there's a patch line right here where somebody had worked on the floor pan or the kick-up. So I'm thinking they had replaced these torque boxes at some point. And same thing over here, you can see the seam. Obviously I'm not going to use any of that stuff. I'll have to replace these side panels. And of course I already have the cowl. Thankfully the A-pillar is solid on both sides, so that should be no issue. I can salvage that and the windshield frame. A couple weird things. Looking at these rocker panels, these welds here on top, a little 1 inch length or 1 inch or so length, it looks different than I've seen in a coupe. And I don't know if it's just because of the convertible having this inner rocker structure that it's different. I don't know. I assume that's the way they came. Like I said, on the other side, the welds look kind of weird. Another thing I noticed back here on the driver's side, the rocker, outer rocker is cut, it's up at an angle here. And this is like little tack welds on the edge. And that's weird because, you know, the rockers usually match up. So I don't know if this has been worked on or if somebody has worked on this rocker. I don't know. It looks really odd. If you compare that to the other side, it doesn't look like that at all. And I've never seen that on a coupe either. It's always been you see their even transition, even though it's all rusted apart, it's still, they're the same length. So just something different to note. And again, this A-pillar looks good, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep on cutting away. I don't know if I'll attack these quarters and get them off or not today, but yep, make smaller pieces out of it and see what I can save. I think I'm going to give my air chisel a shot. I haven't used it in a while. Well, that's no surprise either. Knew the wheelhouse was shot along with everything else. What's interesting here is there's like, I don't know, 3 patches. Looks like original quarter, some sort of a patch, some sort of a patch, I don't know, another piece of quarter. I know it's heavy, I can tell you that. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Here's another chunk of something welded in. And obviously the Bondo shaper. So, you know, at our old shop we used to have a wall of shame. This would be a good one to hang on there. Because, yeah, this is shameful. Even for who knows how long ago that was done, but even then that was not how you do a repair. So the good news is I found the headlight extensions, or the fender extensions I should say. That's a plus. Need those. And there's the other one. Oh, there's what's left of an ashtray. Yep, that's a good thing. Now what I'm going to do is get this trunk open. I don't have any keys, so not that I'm going to save any pieces from any sheet metal pieces anyway, but you just got to get it open. So I'll move on, get the other quarter off. And like I said, keep narrowing it down. Well, got the trunk open and off, or got the trunk lid off, I should say. And surprisingly, this may be salvageable. I wasn't real sure what to expect, but now that I've got it open, I don't see much rust on the inside, which is great. I know it's got surface rust on the outside, but I may be able to address that. So that may be a good thing. I may be able to salvage that deck lid. Other than that, other good news, it's got the hinges laying back here. That's a plus. Original hinges are so much better than aftermarket. So, got the hinges and the headlight bezels, or fender extensions, whatever you want to call them. and some other metal that I don't know what it's for. I know obviously these are trim pieces. I don't know what these did. There's two of them. Oh, those might go in the rocker panel. Might. Or not. I don't know. They're the right length, so they may go there. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Other than that, everything else is pretty much junk. Oh yeah, that goes on the... That was attached to the frame rail in the back, and I think that's where you had a tie down. I had somebody ask me about this. They were doing on my Facebook page. They were asking me about the holes inside the frame rails and what they were for, what these holes were for. And I said, I don't know, but now I remember. That's an anchor point for a tie down that obviously isn't going to tie anything down. I got this other quarter off. Same story. Junk, junk, junk. And I brushed out all the piles of stuff that were inside this rear of the car. And I'm really amazed that this is even remotely staying together. This is what's left of the frame rail on the driver's side. And really, there's nothing. You know, the two exterior pieces. And on the passenger side, you can see here, somebody had put in a patch years and years ago, and the frame rail is gone all the way back behind the mount point. Yeah, I'm really amazed this car is even together at this point. So beyond that, I'm gonna keep, you know, knocking stuff off. I have to get down into these gutters. And of course the inner structure, like I said, holds the convertible top, and get the A-pillars loose. So this may be the end of this video. I know I'm taking up some time on it, but I think this is a good part 2. So I'll probably just stop this one here. There'll be more to come. You know, if you have some questions, go ahead and ask. I'll see if I can answer them for you. But other than that, thanks for watching.